Now the next term is the instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration means acceleration at a particular instant. When we try to define the acceleration, we need the change in the velocity in a particular interval of time. Here, this time is the interval, not an instant. This is the interval, not an instant. It means when we are trying to define the acceleration at a particular instant, it means we are limiting ourselves to a particular point of time. Means the difference, that is the delta t, which can be written as t final minus t initial. For a particular instant, this should tend to 0. For a particular instant, this should tend to 0, because if we are going to calculate the value of acceleration at a particular instant, means we are trying to limit this to delta t is equal to 0. So we can write as instantaneous acceleration, that is written as a is equal to limit delta t tends to 0. Here we can write delta t, not the t. Basically t represents the time and delta t represents the time interval. So we can write here limit delta t tends to 0 v minus u over delta t. We can write it as acceleration, that is the instantaneous acceleration, a is equal to dv over dt. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हम u को लिख सकते हैं, that is the v final and this is the v initial. So this quantity represents the instantaneous acceleration. Okay. So instantaneous acceleration can be written as a vector is equal to dv vector over dt, or limit delta t tends to 0 delta v over delta t, where delta v is representing the change in the velocity in the time interval delta t. So as you know that the velocity is a vector quantity, and if we are calculating the change in the velocity, it means we can calculate the corresponding change in the different components of the velocity vector. It means limit delta t tends to 0 delta v over delta t. Suppose the particle is moving in xy plane, so there will be two components of velocity, one is along the x-axis and one is along the y-axis. So we can write here limit delta t tends to 0 and delta v can be represented as delta vx plus delta vy over delta t. Here delta vx is representing the change in the velocity along the x direction and delta y is representing the change in the velocity along the y direction. So we can write it as limit delta t tends to 0 delta vx over delta t plus limit delta t tends to 0 delta vy over delta t. So as you can see here, this type of quantity can be written as delta dvx over dt plus, and this can be written as dvy over dt. Now you can see here this quantity is representing the instantaneous acceleration along the x-axis and this quantity is representing the instantaneous acceleration along the y-axis. So we can write it as ax vector plus ay vector. So instantaneous acceleration can be resolved in its component vector, that is the ax vector plus ay vector. Further we can write it as a vector is equal to ax I cap, where I cap is representing the unit direction of the along the x-axis, or simply the direction of the x-axis, plus ay j cap. So this is the acceleration of the particle. Now, as you know that velocity can be represented as, instantaneous velocity can be represented as v is equal to dx over dt, this is the vx, and vy is equal to dy over dt. Okay, so when we are calculating the components of the acceleration along the x-axis and along the y-axis, it means ax, it will become dvx over dt, and ay is equal to dvy over dt. Okay, now as you can see here, vx is equal to dx over dt and vy is equal to dy over dt. So we can write ax is equal to ddt of dx over dt, as vx is equal to dx over dt, plus ay is equal to ddt of dy over dt. So ax is equal to, it will become d square x over dt square, and ay will become d square y over dt square. So we can write the acceleration in terms of the double derivative of the coordinate, पोजिशन कोऑर्डिनेट. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया आपका एक्सेलरेशन अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस एंड एक्सेलरेशन अलोंग वाई एक्सिस इन टर्म्स ऑफ द पोजिशन कोऑर्डिनेट. So now we have a next question. R vector, that is representing the position vector of a particle at particular time t, is given as 4 cos 2t I cap plus 4 sin 2t j cap plus 6t k cap, and we have to find out its velocity vt v, and here t is equal to pi by 4, and a that t is equal to pi by 4. So we have to calculate t is equal to pi by 4, velocity at t is equal to pi by 4, and acceleration at t is equal to pi by 4. Here you can see, here we have given the position vector, so we can calculate its so again the velocity can be represented as a rate change of the position or simply rate change of the displacement. So we can write it as v t is equal to d dt of r vector. Directly we can write it as, so it will become d dt of 4 cos 2t I cap plus 4 sin 2t j cap plus 6t k cap. So when we differentiate it, it will become 4 cos 2t I cap. So 4 will be outside of the differentiation, and it will be d dt of cos 2t, and it is along the x-axis. This is the 4 again outside, it will become d dt of sin 2t, and this is along j cap. Again here 6 is the constant, so it will become d dt of t k cap. Now we can calculate 4. The differentiation of cos 2t will become minus 2 sin 2t. You can calculate it, okay, so it will I cap plus 4. Differentiation of sin 2t will become 2 cos 2t j cap plus differentiation of t is 1, so it will become 6 k cap. So simply we can write it as minus 8 sin 2t I cap plus 8 cos 2t j cap plus 6 k cap. This is the velocity at any instant t. Okay, so now we have to differentiate it. Okay, so we can calculate acceleration at any particular time t. Again, as you can see here, we have given the v at t is equal to pi by 4. We have to calculate at t is equal to pi by 4. So it will become v pi by 4 is equal to minus 8 sine 2 into pi by 4 I cap plus 8 cos 2 into t, that is the pi by 4 j cap plus 6k cap. It will become minus 8 sine pi by 2 I cap plus 8 cos pi by 2 j cap plus 6k cap. Now you can see here sine pi by 2, that is the sine 90, and it is the 1. Again cos pi by 2, this is 0. So this whole term along the y-axis, it will be 0, means there is no component along the y-axis. So it will become minus 8 I cap plus 6k cap. So this is the value of v pi by 4. Okay, this is the velocity at time t is equal to pi by 4 minus 8 I cap plus 6k cap. Okay, so now we have to calculate the acceleration, and we have the velocity in this form. So we can write it: acceleration at any instant t is the first derivative of the velocity. So it will become d dt of minus 8 sine 2t I cap plus 8 cos 2t j cap plus 6k cap. Okay, so we can write it as minus 8 d dt of cos 2t, sorry, this is the sine 2t I cap plus 8 d dt of cos 2t j cap plus d dt of 6 along k cap. So it will become minus 8. When you differentiate sine 2t, it is the 2 cos 2t along the x-axis plus 8. When you differentiate cos 2t with respect to time, it will become minus 2 sine 2t j cap plus 0 k cap, because the differentiation of a constant quantity is again 0. So it will become minus 8 times of 2, that is the minus 16 cos 2t along I cap, 8 into minus 2, that is the minus 16. So it will become minus 16 sine 2t j cap. We can exclude this term, so it will become minus 16. Okay, this is the acceleration at time t. Now we have to calculate acceleration at t is equal to pi by 4. So we can put t is equal to pi by 4. So it will become cos 2 into pi by 4. This is along I cap minus 16 sine 2 into t की value है pi by 4, and this is along j cap. So it will become minus 16 cos pi by 2 I cap minus 16 sine pi by 2 j cap. So it can be written as cos pi by 2 is 0, cos 90, that is the 0. So this whole term will become 0. So 0 I cap minus 16 pi, sine pi by 2, it will become 16 sine pi by 2 is 1 j cap. So we can write it as minus 16 j cap. So acceleration at acceleration at t is equal to pi by 4 is minus 16 j cap unit, and unit of the acceleration in meter per second square. So it will become meter per second square. So this is the velocity, this is the acceleration at t is equal to pi by 4, and previously we have calculated the velocity at t is equal to pi by 4. In the similar pattern we can solve other questions.